Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to CAN Bus Kenny. We'll do a little diag here today. Fuel tank pressure sensor circuit high. It was 2.7 when I started. I don't remember what pressure that was, and it was up to 3.1. Now it's like 4 volts, which is right where the desired pressure and everything is. I've also got the fuel rail temperature sensor up because on these 4.0 V6s, they're a dual sensor. You can see kind of this crap here, and then you might be able to see it when I change it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle this guy and see if I can make it. Oh, right there. You watch that no fault. You watch that no fault right there. When I wiggle it, sometimes it will do it. So there might be a pin fitment issue. Come on, do it for the camera though. Now I'm wiggling the wires to make sure I wasn't accidentally wiggling that stuff. I'll just go back in the reviewed. And those two. Okay. Here you can see when the fault occurs, it goes to, let's just play it through, you'll see. Here it comes, yes, fault. Because it's going to 5 volts. So, basically, I don't know this for a fact yet, but usually how this stuff works is, I'm not sure which one of these is the one, but say it's the signal wire is this one. It might not be, but they're not telling me yet. And say the signal wire, it's probably putting 5 volts down to check the wire, and then me wiggling it and either being a loose connection in here or on the pin fitment is causing that voltage to go to 5. That's my theory, and now I'm gonna take it apart and kind of test it and see if that's true or not. Okay, I don't think that can be true because it is unplugged right now, as you can see, and we're reading only 4 volts, which is pretty interesting. But I'll continue to poke, and then when I figure it out, I'll bring you along. So I am starting to think that this data pin might be lying to us because the car is off. That's my, I was looking at a recording. Oh, I'm gonna keep that in for the bloopers. So it does say 5 volts. So what I'm saying is true, and I know that because I have 5 volts on 3 of the 4 wires. So basically, see number 1 here. This is not a big probe. It won't spread the pins apart, and I'm barely pushing it in there anyways, even though that these pins seem very loose. 5 there, and the 3rd one down, that one's also 5. So if you're at home, the pinkish one with some sort of, or red one with pink stripe, brown one with gray stripe, and the yellow one are all 5 volts coming from the PCM, and this other one here is ground. And we can check the ground. It's another back probe. Okay, front probe. Okay, so we've got in one of them and the ground we got 5 volts. I'm not really worried about the ground. If you want to load test it, you can. It might go back to the PCM, so if you're scared, I don't know, use a very small test light. I personally think these pins are possibly spread out, so I'm gonna turn the music off so I don't get copyrighted. I'm just gonna stick these in here. I'll try to do at least one on camera and see. Yeah, it didn't even like take much effort to pull it out. Yeah, it's pretty loose. They're all pretty loose. Ooh, this one's not. See that one? That one actually held a little bit. It's still not great, but it sure does hold a lot better than the other ones. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this cap off and I'm going to depin this one by one, not at the same time, even though I've got a recording of it where the wires go. I recommend doing it one by one, and we're going to see if we can fix this pin fitment issue, because that's what I think it is. And then after that I'm going to run it for a long time, make sure temperature doesn't cause any issues or anything like that. But right now it just seems like it's a possible pin fitment issue, so that's where we're going. And if I do all this and then I can't get it to break again, we'll probably just let the customer take it, because and see if code ever comes back. But at this point I don't think that will, but time will tell after I take this apart. Alright, so maybe some of you already know this, but this one actually has a little tab in the middle that you got to pull over while you pull up to get this out of there. And then all you need is some cheap ones like this with something like that. You could probably do it with a pocket screwdriver too. And that's to reach in there, and I don't know if I'll be able to get it on the camera. Let's see, enhance. There's a little tab right there on the top of it. You see it? Right there? You push that up out of the way and you pull the wire out. Simple as that. Maybe try to push it, if you're having trouble, try to push it in before pulling it out. Anyways, I've got one of the pins out already. This is the first one I did, and it is loose as a goose, my dude. Look at that. It's wide open, just like your mom. I'm just kidding. But we're gonna try to do it. Let's see, I think if you come in from the back side, you can push on it, maybe. Yeah, right from here. Probably get it. If not, you can go in from the little corners here, right in that hole, and kind of do that. And then last but not least, if you can't get it any other way, kind of squishing it a little bit, and I mean a little bit. You want to be able to put it back in the connector. We'll also do something similar. So that's what you got to do, or you can go get a new connector. But right now, to test our theory, I want to push them back. So I'll do a before image and then I'll come back with an after image. I apologize for any wind noise right now, but we'll do this first. Probably need 2 hands for. Go in there. Okay, now it's in, right? I'm gonna pull on it. See how much effort it took to get out of there? And then see how bent it is now? Can't see too much daylight through there. So I went in from the corners and that little hole on the side. That's how I got it that way. These corners and those sides. I just gotta do it 3 more times. Oh, and when you put them back, they only go in one way for it to work. The side with the hole here, not that side. This side has to be on the side with the clip. So you put it in any other way, it won't work. Slide it till it clicks. You destroy the pin, it won't click. If when you take it out you break this tab, you won't be able to keep it in. It'll walk its way out eventually, unless you glue it or something, which is not a good idea either. So okay, she's all back together. I will say that this doesn't mean that it's fixed, but I would like to rule it out right now. So click that bad boy in there and we'll fire it up. Actually, now that I think about it, we don't need to fire it up. I'm gonna go turn off the wind tunnel just in case you guys were getting wind noise. So I'll keep you here and we'll wiggle this guy, see if we can get her to, oh, there she goes, bud. So it's not a fuel pin fitment issue at all. It's got to be in the sensor, if you ask me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to probe these onto the pressure sensor so I can't be wiggling this connector, and then I'm going to wiggle the sensor again, and if it still happens, it needs a sensor. So I'm going to get that all hooked up. Okay, so I have them all plugged in. Now I did notice, I didn't look up how the sensor works, and I think it might be a little different than normal, even though I have 5 volts on 3 of the 4 wires. But I tried to shorten some of the other ones to ground. The only one I didn't try that one was this, which I just assumed the red one was the supply, but I think I'm wrong now. I think that's actually the signal wire. And oh, yep, here we go. Look at this. All we're doing is we're tweaking this sensor. Yeah, we're not touching the connector at all. And she's real broke, bud. So there's really no point in going any further. Or doing any other testing. It needs fuel rail pressure sensor, and I personally would only recommend one from Ford, or a Motorcraft one from like a reputable place, like maybe Rock Auto. But sometimes online Ford Motorcraft or stuff like that is not reputable when it's from like Amazon or eBay. So buyer beware. Rock Auto is like the only one that I would recommend buying any sort of dealer parts online from. And maybe I'll be able to give you a before and after to show you, but if not, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and thanks for watching.